I'd like to continue with that. Talking about influences, it was something remarkable happening in San Francisco in the late 50s and the 60s. And John Head, who's sitting here, is very familiar with the 60s and the people that influenced all of us. There was very little dance going on. This was before you arrived. There was the Isadora Duncan, who were they, the Quincells?
Yeah.
Quincells. Yeah, so, and there was a dance department in Mills College and State. Now there are, I understand from Wayne Claxton, from just a spark of dance that was going on here, now has, he said, something like 600 dance companies. But when I came here, there was just nothing really. So that required a coming together of all different artists from different fields. So people like the Tate Music Center, people like Morton Subotnick and Pauline Oliveras and Raymond Sender, and a whole group of just incredible musicians exploring and wanting to find new ways to compose. And then there were the painters, and then there were the poets, and there were the filmmakers, and there were all these wonderful, and there was a group of theater people here called Actors Workshop.
Herb Blau. Herb Blau.
Huh?
That was Herb Blau.
Yeah, Herb Blau. Now, many of them went to New York because it was very difficult to earn a living here in San Francisco at that time. So many of those...
Unlike now, of course.
But people from New York are coming here now. At any rate, so we became Dancers Workshop, and all of us worked together, and all of us influenced each other. And the piece that came out of that influence was called Parades and Changes, which then toured Europe and created quite a furor. But it wasn't my piece, it was our piece. It was dancers using their voice and being musicians, and musicians being dancers, and painters designing scenes that dancers and everybody was working together as a collaborative. It was an exciting, incredible time that had an influence in the entire art world, which is just now being recognized.
I was just thinking about the idea of the singular artist. The 60s really allowed